Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Blue Maxima and I'm here checking out Neon Knights Pinball. I need to explain why I'm actually looking at this. So, this actually turned up in my junk mail. So the guy who sends this out needs to work on how his emails get sent out a bit. But this turned up in my junk mail one day. I just browse through it from time to time to make sure I don't miss anything. And this came in. And the guy sent me a little bit of a message attached to the top of your regular old press email saying, "Hey, I'm a big fan of your channel. I watched you for years. You were great with your Vita content. You're just really funny to watch. And it'd be an honor if I could even get so much as a blurb about my game on your channel." And I'm like, sure. I got nothing. Well, I do have stuff that's better to do. Awful things for me to say about myself. But I'm waiting for other games to come out to give videos on the channel. That would be the Riders Republic beta and Full Metal Demon Muramasa. I've got the slot free, so I figured, why not? So I downloaded it. I gave it a go. You're seeing about half of that go. I played it for about 30 minutes because it's actually quite a simple game. It's one pinball table. It's got 6 missions. And that's pretty much it. There's not that much in the way of real, hidden stuff you need to worry about. It's just a relatively simple virtual pinball table, but it would be a lot more of a recommend, especially at its really cheap price of $4.50 Australian, which would be like $3 US, if it felt finished. Because there's a lot of stuff missing from this that just doesn't make much sense to me. And there's a lot of things that are just, off about it. So, let me just start listing out the things I do like about it, though. The physics are alright. They're not amazing, but they're alright. The ball can move really damn fast at times, though, and some of the more precision shots can be a real pain when the ball is as fast as it is, because you're waiting for that exact right moment and it just never comes. Just because the ball is moving so quick, you kind of have to either hammer away at your bloody nudge and your flipper, or you'll have to just see the ball go by in 2 or 3 frames. And the table itself is okay to play. The missions are alright. There's a fair bit of scoring potential you can make, but yeah, it's generally just okay at best. But then you start getting into some of the presentational issues. The main one being that there's Comic Sans on the main bloody table. Yeah, I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's Comic Sans. Why would you use Comic Sans? Everyone knows that's a laughingstock font. Please use something else. Anything else. I'm sure you could find a font that would fit in better with your Neon Knights theme that you got going on here. That would be anything better than this. But there's also a bunch of other things too, including the fact that the game's menus and high score table are navigated entirely via the mouse, while the rest of the game is played entirely with the keyboard, which is weird. I don't know why you wouldn't make it so that I can do all my stuff through the keyboard menu. Having to swap between input types like that is really damn annoying on a base level to me. And it's such a simple thing to fix. And then you got stuff like this, where it's 5 different styles on the screen at the same time. You've got a Matrix 90s fan site button going on down there. You've got final score in this default font. And then you've got this view rank button, which I made in about 2 seconds. Rounded rectangle, basic font, middle alignment, straight in the middle, bold it, view rank, type, done. This entire presentation just kind of feels unfinished. Also, on this high score table, everyone else is offline while I'm apparently playing. You're missing a few E's and G's there, mate. Just trust me on this one. So as a result, when he doesn't even take the time to just polish up these menus here, and it's weird because there's an entire second menu you don't even see in this footage. When you start the game up, it gives you this just still shot of the side of the table with 2 buttons, start and quit, and then just a picture of the controls off to the side. And it's like, why not just give me a picture of the controls while I'm in this part of the game here, in the pinball table, and just cut out the middleman? I don't know what's going on there. But there are also some really weird technical issues with this port as well. The main one being that it doesn't support multiple resolutions outside of 16:9, and apparently, even then, only 1080 and 1440. Like, he didn't even put his monitor's resolution down to 720p to test that for some reason. Didn't try, like, 4:3 resolutions. But there's a bunch of other weird things going on as well. Like, for example, it's a PC game, it's a pinball game, but it doesn't have controller support. Through either Unity, which this is built on, and I've used Unity before. It's pretty easy to get alternate inputs into Unity, but it's also not even bothering to use Steam input, because it's on Steam. And it's like, even if you didn't want to add it in your game, which I can understand, I think it's a little lazy, but I understand. If you don't want to add it through your game, you can add it through Steam input. Just add a bunch of the regular controllers, give them some decent control schemes, and you're just good to go. Have Steam input pick up on it. It's not the best, but it would work. But no, not only is it entirely controlled by the keyboard, you can't rebind the controls. So you're stuck with SNL for the flippers, D and K and space for the nudging, Enter for the plunger, and C for your camera, and P for your pause, although you can also click the buttons in the top right there. Which is just, again, it's weird. But it's not a bad control scheme. But for people who are used to playing like Pinball Arcade or Zen Pinball, or even like the old 3D Pinball Space Cadet, where the buttons were the Z key and the right slash key, the forward slash key, one of them, the one that shares the key with the question mark. You just can't rebind them to that. On a PC game, it just seems entirely against the point. So yeah, just as a result of all of this, it just feels unfinished. And this is available for sale. It was in beta for a while, but it just didn't get any of the really important things you would expect to see in a PC game. Not even like graphics settings. So like I could turn down the anti-aliasing, or I could turn down the texture quality, or just something to try and help it run better on lower end computers. But no, instead you've got an uncapped frame rate all the time that makes my computer bloody scream. And I'm on a decent rig. So, yeah, I don't know what they're going for here, but it don't feel right. If it was just... If it was well polished, maybe I'd be able to say go for it. For the... What are they asking for again? $4.50? But as it is, I'm just going to tell you to wait for some polish. Wait for a good patch or two to roll through. Right now, though... Nah. Maybe if he added a little bit more pizzazz, too. Like, there is one other thing that I forgot to mention. The dot matrix display in the top left. Although it's not even really a dot matrix display. It's clearly just a regular bit of text with a CRT filter put over the top of it. I feel like you could easily make even just like a fake dot matrix display by just having it be really low resolution and then stretching it out and adding like lines between all of the like pixels, quote unquote. I don't know, man. I feel like there'd be a better way to do it than this. So yeah. The game and its physics, absolutely positively okay. A bit fast, and I don't like the whole dual flipper thing they got going on here, but it's alright. The objectives are nothing to write home about, but they are at least slightly entertaining. The game is playable, but it's missing a lot, and I mean a lot of polish and PC gaming related options that seem weirdly omitted by the standards of the engine that it's on and the platform that it's on. And some of these presentational things, like the weird dot matrix display, the Comic Sans on the table, and the high score table just being just a cluster of random design elements makes the game kind of hard to recommend in its current state. Maybe if it gets a couple of patches. But for now, nah, let it go. This has been Blue Maxima. I'll see you all next time.